Oh, dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money, yet you're taking alimony.
What's up, everybody? Bernard Riley here. We're about to be examining a video, an oldie but a goodie from Mark Rudolph, who knows a way to call it. This man was a manosphere before the manosphere. I remember I heard him speaking a long time ago, and I thought he was some chauvinist. And then I lived life a little bit and went through a divorce, and I came to realize this man was a genius. Let's go.
Is a new study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. They say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debate it. Mark Rudolph is a no-nonsense man, and Tracy Burns, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on.
No-nonsense man.
This is true.
Come on.
I mean, come on.
All right, first of all,
don't get me started.
I know you've missed me, Mark. First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet, toys, dare I say. So you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her sexual prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35.
I don't know why they always say that. I had somebody try to explain it to me why they allegedly reached their sexual peak at 35 or 40 or something like that. I heard that there's some sweet spot between when the eggs start drying up versus when menopause happens at about 45 and then the eggs start drying up at 35. There's some sweet spot in the middle where their body is confused and producing more testosterone. I don't know. Sexual peak at 40. Honestly, I think that they're just trying to figure out a way to sell some post-war, post-divorce, second run, last call for alcohol, hot girl summer to women over 40. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's nothing there other than the body just going through biochemical changes. I mean, the older they are, the chances are the more they weigh, the less flexible they are, the quicker they get tired. And like I always say, when they get to that certain point where they try to ride you and then, 2 minutes in the check engine light come on. So no, I don't buy this whole sexual peak at 40 or 35 or whatever. I don't buy it. There's exceptions. But overall, I don't buy it.
Boys who are taught that they're supposed to make girls happy. I was on the radio 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the host related a story. He overheard his son and daughter talking. So brother goes to sister and says, "How come you always have money and I don't?" And she says, "That's simple. I have a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend."
Bars. This man is the GOAT.
Fact of the matter is, boys are taught that they're supposed to make women happy.
No, he's actually living in the dark ages.
There's that.
I'm not living in the dark ages. This is reality. And if either of you women has ever dated women, you would know what I'm talking about. Ooh. But you pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, Mark,
so what's happening in middle age? What's happening in middle age here is that women who bring 70% of divorces are divorcing the men that they never wanted to marry to begin with. And so now that's what's making the men happy.
That's interesting because we control the household spending.
That's what's making the men happy. And moreover, that's why they're trying to sell, like they tried to say that they reached their sexual peak at 35 or 40, because they're like, again, they're trying to sell a second wave, last call for alcohol, hot girl summer for post-war, post-marriage women.
And so now that's what's making the men happy.
That's interesting because we control the household spending, don't we? Because we're working more than ever. All right, let's get back to the
Oh, come on. It's women who don't even work who control the household spending. That's part of that happy wife, happy life stuff. Come on, cut it out.
Survey, though.
Well, I just think this whole notion of basing your happiness on material goods is part of the problem, hence part of the reason that this thing was run by men in the first place. If there were women on the panel,
Tracy.
if there were women on the panel, they would, I mean, ask any woman if she would choose her car over her children, and she'd take the kids any day, whereas I would question a lot of men out there, quite frankly.
Tracy, I can't
There's a
believe what I
reason
just
that
heard
women
you
live
say.
longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger
Yes.
and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want to die sooner. When you have women going around,
Mark, you're divorced.
Tracy,
She left you. Let's
Tracy,
put that on the table if you want to play this game.
Tracy,
Yes.
when women go around comparing their engagement rings to show off who got the most carats,
Oh, I don't know where you
tell me
find
that
these
women don't compete.
Mark,
Don't
I don't know
tell
where
me
you
that
find
women
these
don't
women. The
compete
women
on
I know do
material
not
possessions.
care about that kind of stuff, Mark.
All right,
Mark, get out more.
Women compete on houses, divorce settlements, carrots, country clubs. Women compete on money all the time. Give me a break.
Well,
Wait a second.
This goes to show Premanosphere. Like, listen, they've been lying to each other, lying to themselves, lying to everybody, putting it out there in media. It wasn't until, like, men, I always say this, it wasn't until we came online and started speaking from our perspective. There was a few brave souls like this who was on TV back in the day speaking the truth. But, you know, shout out to everybody who dared to do it back in the day. Yeah, shout out to Alan Roger Curry. The clip is out there, but hard to find, when he was on Oprah back in the day. When he was on Oprah back in the day saying some manosphere stuff. Shout out to all the brave soldiers who went out there and said these kind of things on national TV. But it was rare, few and far between. So yeah, this man's a hero. This man's a hero.
Women in your life, buddy.
But Mark, wait a second. The stature of a lot of men is measured in the car they drive, the golf country club they belong to, and very much the place they live in. You have to admit that.
And whether or not their wives are staying at home and not working. That's exactly what I said at the beginning. That's because men are taught that men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault.
Mark,
everybody has to make himself or herself
You're
happy.
giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money, yet you're taking alimony.
Children.
Okay, Mark. You know what?
So, but you don't need a man's money.
Oh my God. This man is the GOAT, man. He was a soldier on the front line fighting a good fight many moons ago on Fox. Chin checked her like that wasn't even a standing 8 count. That was one of those times somebody get hit and they just fall over like a board, just wow, like she done, KO'd. Talk about strong, independent. They be beating their chests, and women be beating their chests and grabbing their nuts. Talking about they don't need no man while collecting alimony. When he hit her with it, she said, "I have 3 children." All right, well, you need to sit down and shut up with all this. Remember the part where she said, "I would never teach my daughter to depend on a man like you." Meanwhile, she's currently dependent on a man like him. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. But shout out to this man. Shout out to this man. He's the GOAT. Let me know what you think in the comment section. With that said, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.